गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल @मरीन टेक पांडे जी में आपका स्वागत है। फिर से एक नया वीडियो आपके सामने लेके आ रहा हूँ। शिपिंग से रिलेटेड वीडियो है। पोलर कोड फॉर शिप्स आइस नेविगेशन पार्ट 1। इसमें और 2-3 वीडियो आपके सामने लेके आऊँगा। इनफैक्ट आपके पास क्वेश्चनरियर फॉर बेसिक पोलर वाटर कोर्स COP के लिए भी मैं इसमें लेके आऊँगा। चलिए पहला वीडियो आप देखते हैं। देखिए, पोलर कोड फॉर शिप्स डैश आइस नेविगेशन पार्ट 1। द पोलर कोड ऑफिशियली The Polar Code, officially the international code for ships operating in polar waters, is mandatory set of regulations established by the International Maritime Organization for ships operating in the Arctic and Antarctic. It covers a range of aspects including design, construction, equipment, operation, training, search and rescue, and environmental protection. The code entered into force on January 1, 2017. ये फ़ोटो देखने से तो आपको पता चल गया होगा कि ये किस लिए है। जो वेसल पोलर वाटर में या पोलर वाटर ट्रेड पे है, जहाँ पे बर्फ़ है वहाँ पे ट्रेड पे है, इसके लिए ये पोलर वाटर कोड जो है IMO द्वारा लाया गया है। ठीक है, आइस नेविगेशन कैसे करेंगे इसके लिए है। क्यों आया, कब आया, इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा जानेंगे। की एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ पोलर कोड। First, safety. The Polar Code addresses safety-related concern for ships navigating in polar water, including ice navigation, low temperature conditions, and survival at sea. एक दूसरा क्या है कि environmental protection. It aims to protect the unique and sensitive ecosystems of the polar regions, including provisions for pollution prevention. Third है seafarer competency. The Polar Code includes the requirement for training and competency for seafarer operating in polar waters, especially those involved in navigation and ice operation. Categorization. The Polar Code categorizes ships based on their ice class, with categories A, B, and C representing different level of ice navigation capability. Implementation. The Polar Code is implemented through amendments to the SOLAS International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, MARPOL International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, and SCCW International Convention on Standards of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for the Seafarer. चलिए, what is the purpose of Polar Code? The International Code for Ships operating in polar water is a new code adopted by IMO. The code acknowledges that polar waters may impose additional demands on ships beyond those normally encountered. It provides a mandatory framework for ships operating in polar waters. The main requirements are related to safety, protection of environment, and seafarer competency, and it is implemented through amendments of SOLAS, MARPOL, and the STCW. ठीक है, who does it apply to? The Polar Code applies to ships depending on their international certification requirements as following. Part-1, safety requirements, and Part-1, remaining and training requirements applied to ships certified in accordance with SOLAS and which operates in polar waters. Part 2. Environmental protection requirements applied to ships that must comply with MARPOL and which operate in polar waters. For non-SOLAS ships that are required to hold a MARPOL certificate, such as fishing vessels, only the Part 2 environmental protection requirement of the Polar Code apply. ठीक है, when does the code enters into force? ठीक है, 1st January 2017. So how is the video? It's a small short introduction about the polar code I have kept here. So how is the video? Kindly comment, kindly like, view and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly subscribe.